Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today because more insiders stepped forward and spilled the dirt, man. Man, oh man. Uh, Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with everybody. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I'll talk about them a little bit later. But I love when you guys send me this stuff. And from the video over the weekend, I had more people saying, oh yeah, let me tell you this, let me tell you that. And we're going to start with Amazon, first of all. Amazon warehouses, guys, and this came from someone who was attended a meeting with Amazon as far as the state of the company and the state of where the warehouses are at right now. The warehouses are basically losing money. And the majority of the new warehouses that they've added are in fact losers, which is wild. Now here in California, guys, there has been an Amazon building spree. And now that I look at this and now that I hear this from this person, I'm like, wow, I wonder if this one's losing money. I wonder if that one's losing money. Fry's Electronics was a huge electronics store. One of the biggest stores in the country was in Anaheim, California, and it was the go-to place to shop. When it went out of business in Christmas of 2019, it was like, what could possibly fill this location? Well, I'll tell you what filled it. An Amazon warehouse depot in downtown Anaheim, right off La Palma and Tustin Avenue. I mean, it's insane. But, and it's busy. You got cars going in and out of there all the time and trucks going in and out of there all the time. The only thing about this is that when this person stepped forward and talked about the status of Amazon, they're losing money hand over fist. Now listen to this. This person sat in on a meeting and, hey, listen, we want you guys to know that there's no more perks. So there's going to be no more water in the office. We're not going to have any lunch. We're not going to have any snacks. I mean, talking about morale, what does that possibly cost a business? Seriously. Now, gosh, you know what? I'll just grab a bag of chips instead of going to lunch and get my work done. No, now I'm going to leave. How uninspiring, how terrible that they're doing this to people. Isn't that awful? Isn't that awful? But they're losing money hand over fist. They are convinced, and they told people during this meeting that different tiers are going to be cut back. They have basically tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 that was involved with this meeting. Basically, tier 2 and 3, if you have people that are not performing, cut them loose. Get rid of them now. Now, guess what, guys? This is November. This is shopping season. This is the highlight of, Christmas and holidays and everybody spending money hand over fist. Not this year. Not this year. And Amazon sees the writing on the wall, and they are going to get rid of people. And if you don't make money and you're not making money, then we'll talk about the tier 1 people losing their jobs and getting cut back. But prepare yourself, because if it doesn't work out and we're not making money, you're gone. How wild is that? How wild is that? Isn't that terrible? It's just awful, guys. So, but again, everything's great in the economy. Everything's perfect. It's not. It is not. Now, the next one, we talked about Wells Fargo the other day, and somebody said, no, I want to add another step to this, Dad, that you don't know about yet. And this person was an insider, and they said, we want to talk to you about Mr. Cooper. Now, what a name for a mortgage company, first of all, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper is one of the largest mortgage companies in the United States. They service over 4 million loans. Now, what they've done is they've purchased a ton of Wells Fargo loans. So people sit there and they're making their Wells Fargo payment. Okay? By the way, where's a Mr. Cooper branch? Okay? There's not. There's no going to a Mr. Cooper. You got to mail it in, or you got to do online payments. Okay? Which is going to lead to where I'm going to. I myself, I like to walk my mortgage payment into the bank. Hi, how you doing? You stamp it for me? Yeah, thanks. Okay? That's just me. Well, Wells Fargo has sold off millions of these loans to Mr. Cooper, and guess what happened? Late last week, Mr. Cooper, it was rumored on Halloween, and it was confirmed on Thursday of last week that they got hit with a cyber attack. Think of all of the information that you have given your bank for online payments. Now, folks, if you are a Mr. Cooper customer, don't worry, nothing's going to change. That's what they want to reassure you. And we have all your pertinent financial information. Hello, they just got hit with a cyber attack, guys. They just got nailed with a cyber attack, and they have all your banking information. You feel good about that? You feel good about that? But don't worry, don't worry. You still have to opt in. They have the information. So if the thieves and the hackers can hack Mr. Cooper and freeze Mr. Cooper, you're done, guys. They're going to steal all your stuff. So listen, if you use ACH as a method of payment, again, I don't even know who you guys are, and I'm making my house payment to you all of a sudden. You know, can we have a conversation about this? Just make your house payment and be quiet, Dan. So these people, listen, if you make an ACH payment, we'll process it as soon as we can. As soon as we can. How awful is that? As soon as, what is that? Okay? And listen, if you process via mail, there will be a delay. Imagine your house payment late. Imagine getting your credit dinged for that when you mailed the check 2 weeks ago. How about that stress? Okay? I appreciate you guys sending me this stuff so much, and I love sharing it. People love hearing this stuff because we get bits and pieces and tidbits. The state of Kansas, the court system in Kansas is still down. Now, listen, I got accused of murder. I guess they're not going to process me. No, they're going to process you the old-fashioned way via paperwork and via hand stamps on, the court documents. So, but think about this, guys. All of this digital age that we're in, especially with DocuSign and doing things via Zoom meetings for different, for everything from evictions to divorce to certain appearances by attorneys. It's like they do a lot of these via Zoom right now. Okay, well, not right now. Not doing anything like that. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far, because it's just a matter of time until more and more of this stuff comes out. But thank you one and all for everybody that sent me this stuff so far. There's a lot more to cover. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. You know, one stat that was given to me a week ago that just blew my mind was 20 years ago, our national debt was $5 trillion, which is a tremendous amount of money. And today it's $34 trillion, and it is growing. We cannot afford the interest right now on our national debt. It is more expensive than funding the Pentagon right now. You need to look at an alternative for your retirement, and the best thing is precious metals. Call Patriot Gold today. Call them today at 888-330-1431. Get a free investor guide. It's absolutely no obligation. And, so many of you have done it, but look at what central banks are doing. I cannot wait to get the latest numbers from central banks as far as their gold purchases, because they're only going up right now. And as we get this data, you're going to see that there's going to be more purchases than the $77 million that they bought, this summer. You're going to see a lot more. Contact them today. Find out how gold can help you get an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals. Call them today, 888-330-1431. If you don't want to call, use the link below, but contact them today before it's too late. I want to thank each and every one of you that sent me this stuff. And if you ever want to send me anything and you don't want me to use your name like all these people did, hello@iallegedly.com. The next one is here in California in the nursing industry, that a charge nurse who was in charge of a group of nurses, men and women, and she was in a meeting where they said, listen, they're going to put a mandate through in the state that they want the minimum payment to be $25 per hour for healthcare workers. We need to figure out a way to cut our costs by having people do additional work. And the person that sent this to me was like, wait, I work in the emergency room. What could these women possibly do? Well, could they clean up? Could they do deliveries? Think about this, deliveries, okay? Well, you're having a heart attack, you cut your finger, you're having an aneurysm, whatever. Don't you want your nurse to be there for you. This is insane. So again, the story about the 25 bucks an hour is below. That's Looneyville. Okay, it's absolutely crazy in the sign of the times. Let's try to cut costs to have these people do more work to get rid of people so we don't have to pay them. That's awful, awful. So you're going to take the skilled nurses and do that. Okay, wow. Next thing is a realtor in the Indiana area was at a conference on the status of the industry. And a couple things that I was blown away about. They're trying to say, hey, listen, the economy's doing pretty good. But a couple things that floored me that he shared with us is, what's the average house cost in Indiana? And by the way, it went up from $225,000 in this area to $241,000. 241 grand for a home, not a condo, a housey house, okay? So, man, oh man, I was just blown away by that. So the only thing that's bad that he shared was the amount of inventory is going up. Remember, there's no inventory. Now it's creeping up to 2.2 months of inventory right now, and that's got everybody concerned. But guys, I mean, is Indiana nice? I mean, go live in Indiana for 241 grand. It'd be like a car payment right now, okay? Anyways, that's that. The final one, which this is great, okay? And this person works at Hertz, okay? Dan, don't use my name, don't use my region, don't use anything, but we are having a terrible time with EV cars right now. And they cannot keep them in stock. People drive them and wreck them. People hit them and treat them like regular, combustible engine cars, and they hit curbs and they drive over, the parking curb and things like that. And it causes $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in damage. And the other thing is that it's a different experience. He said, driving these cars and people take the foot off the gas and the car stops, and people aren't used to using the brake with this. And it's almost like, he said, it was like driving a clutch for some of these people that couldn't handle it. The problem with this is that it's creating such an issue, and they're scaling back to where I even found an article on this about how Hertz is, hey, we're going to scale back. So think about all the money they spent on all those EV cars and how that was going to be the future. And the problem is that the other thing is the time management to handle EV cars for them is a disaster. Because, hey, honey, I always wanted to drive a Tesla. Oh yeah, sure thing, baby. Go drive the Tesla. Then they take it out for 40 minutes, can't figure out the car, and don't want to get educated on it. So it's like, let me get rid of this thing. Hey, do you got anything else other than this? So they're having nothing but problems with this. Okay? So again, do you think Hertz is just stupid? Do you think Hertz and their clients that rent these cars are just all imbecile? Everybody's wrong. These cars are fantastic. I don't think so, guys. I think this is going to be the sign of the times that you're going to see this happen more and more and more and more. And then, again, a ferry owner, not owner, but a worker in Ireland, Norway, sent me, said, Dan, yeah, we don't want the EV cars on the ferry for the fire risk. Who knew this, guys? Do you guys know this? Okay, can't wait to talk to my insurance man about this. Hey, did you know about that? So please, guys, just a quick video, but this stuff is solid gold that you guys send me. And again, your perspective and the news stories and everything that you send us just lets us all know that we're not crazy. This stuff is going bad. Mr. Cooper, okay? Think about that. I'm going to pay my bill at Mr. Cooper now. Oh, we don't have branches, sir. Okay? No. Okay? Isn't that terrible? You get a mortgage with Wells Fargo and you don't get to say, hey, yeah, we want to sell your mortgage. How do you feel about that? No. Okay? Anyways, like, subscribe, always share stuff at hello@iallegedly.com. Thank you one and all for being here. I hope you guys like this extra little video for you guys today, because this stuff was great.